PLA Special Forces. You don't get here by accident. That's the first thing you realize. Nobody tells you exactly when you cross the line from a regular soldier into something more. It just happens. One day you're part of the system, the next the system is testing how far you can go before you break. Most people don't make it past that point. You did. Your day starts at 0500, not because someone wakes you up, because everyone is already awake. The barracks are quiet, controlled. Every movement has purpose. There is no wasted time here. You run first. Long distance, full gear, not for speed, for endurance. The kind that doesn't show up immediately but decides whether you last in the long run. The soldier next to you is not competing with you, he's measuring you. Training doesn't slow down after that. It gets more specific, more technical. Urban combat drills, climbing structures, breaching doors, moving in tight formations through narrow spaces where hesitation is the only mistake you can't afford. Commands are short, clear, immediate. There is no second explanation. China's military structure is built on discipline, and here discipline becomes instinct. You don't think about following orders, you just follow them. Selection for these units is designed to filter out hesitation, long marches with limited food, sleep cut down to hours, psychological pressure that builds slowly until you either adapt or fail. The numbers are never officially clear, but you know enough to understand. Very few make it through. Your training environment changes constantly. One week you're in mountains, cold air, steep terrain, low oxygen. The next, you're in dense urban simulations, concrete buildings, narrow corridors, unpredictable layouts. The goal is simple. You adapt. Equipment is modern. That part is obvious. Advanced rifles, upgraded optics, night vision systems. China has spent years modernizing its military capabilities, and inside these units you see the results directly. But gear doesn't make decisions. You do. And your decisions are expected to be correct the first time. Snow Leopard Commando Unit. This is where precision becomes everything. You've heard the name before you ever see the unit. It's one of China's most well-known elite counter-terrorism forces under the People's Armed Police, publicly recognized but still highly selective. Their training is different, faster, more controlled. Close quarters combat becomes your focus. Entering buildings, clearing rooms, neutralizing threats in seconds. Every scenario is timed, every movement is analyzed. You repeat the same drills until they stop feeling like drills, until they feel automatic. Major national events rely on units like this. High security environments, high-risk situations. There is no room for error when the world is watching. You are expected to be invisible until you're needed, and perfect when you are. People's Armed Police Special Units. The role shifts again. This isn't just about external threats, it's internal security, stability, control. Missions are different, but the intensity stays the same. You train for riot control, counter-terror operations, rapid deployment inside cities. The environments are closer, more populated, more unpredictable. You're not just dealing with targets. You're dealing with situations, and situations change fast. Your gear adjusts accordingly, shields, non-lethal options, alongside standard weapons. You're trained to escalate only when necessary, but also to respond instantly when the situation demands it. Balance becomes part of your skill set. Not every operation is loud. Some are controlled, silent, strategic. The expectations never change. Precision, discipline, speed, and above all, control. Because in this system, control is everything. PLA, Navy Marine Corps. You operate where land meets water. This is where things get harder. Your environment is no longer predictable. Amphibious operations demand a different kind of control. You train to move from sea to shore without slowing down. Fast landings, coordinated assaults, every second matters. You spend hours in the water. Cold, heavy gear pulling you down, breathing controlled, movement silent. You don't splash, you don't rush, you arrive. That's the difference. Training includes island seizure scenarios, coastal operations, boarding exercises. The kind of missions designed for rapid expansion and control of strategic locations. Your body adapts. It has to, because the ocean doesn't. Jiaolong Commandos. The name carries weight inside the PLA Navy. These are China's naval special operations forces, highly trained for maritime counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, and shipboarding missions. Their focus is precision in unpredictable environments. You train for operations on moving targets, ships, platforms, confined spaces surrounded by water, helicopter insertions, fast rope descents onto decks that never stop shifting. Either you adjust mid-air, mid-movement, mid-operation. There is no stable ground here. That's the point. Underwater approaches are part of your routine. Rebreathers, no bubbles, no noise. You stay invisible beneath the surface until the mission starts. And when it starts, it moves fast. Every second is planned. Every action practiced. PLA Airborne Corps. Now the environment changes again. Altitude replaces distance. You board aircraft before sunrise, gear checked, silence maintained. The jump isn't dramatic, it's routine. That's how you survive it. The door opens, wind hits, then you move. Static line jumps, high-altitude insertions, night operations. You land where you're needed, often before anyone else arrives. Your job is to secure ground quickly and prepare for follow-up forces. Speed is everything. Like, you don't wait for the situation to develop. You arrive and shape it. Training focuses on rapid deployment, large-scale airborne operations combined with small unit tactics. You are part of a force designed to appear anywhere, anytime, and once you land, there's no immediate exit. You hold your position, no matter what. PLA Rocket Force Support Units. This is where things become less visible. You're not on the front line in the traditional sense, but your role is critical. China's rocket force controls strategic missile systems, one of the most important components of its military power. Security here is intense. Everything is classified. Your training focuses on protection, facility defense, rapid response to threats that most people will never even know existed. You guard systems that define national security at the highest level. There are no mistakes allowed here, because the consequences are not local, they're global. Strategic support force. This is the modern battlefield. Cyber operations, electronic warfare, space-based systems. The fight here doesn't always look like combat, but it is. You operate behind screens instead of rifles, but the pressure is the same. You're trained to disrupt communications, protect networks, monitor systems that connect entire military operations, satellites, signals, data. Everything is connected, and you are part of what keeps it functioning, or shuts it down. The battlefield isn't always physical anymore. Sometimes it's invisible, and just as dangerous. Across all these units, one thing stays constant. Control, your schedule, your training, your role, even your thinking, controlled. The system is designed that way. You adapt to it, you function inside it. And over time, something changes. You stop questioning the structure. Not because you've been told to stop, because you no longer feel the need to. That's when you understand the final part of it. You're not just trained to operate in these units, you're shaped by them, completely. And once that process is finished, there's no clear line between who you were before and who you are now.